Hey everyone, this is Starcraft Dad, and today's game is between Kelindrind playing Protoss in the red and CuePhoenix playing Terran in the blue on the map Searing Crater in the third season of the Blizzard Online Ladder. So these players are both in Silver League, Kelindrind with 1 win in this season, and CuePhoenix with 4 wins, I think. CuePhoenix has lost every game against Protoss, Terran versus Protoss in this season. So we'll see if he can change that this season. Kelindrind liking to leave his probes out in front, waiting to be told what to do. And queuing up probes at his Nexus. CuePhoenix back at his base looks like he's already building his beginning supply depot at the front of his base. Both players close in supply 10 to 10. This map, Searing Crater, is new for Season 3, for four-player map with 1 Xel'Naga tower in the middle and an expansion area in the front of player's base and a very narrow ramp leading up to their bases. Kelindrind placing his pylon and starting a gas, and supply blocked until this pylon finishes. He's been banking up a lot of minerals up here, going to build a gateway. Pylon gas gateway for Kelindrind, and CuePhoenix looks like he's building a barracks and now scouting. Look at that scouting path. He's looking for any pylons that may have gotten into his base and checking outside. Kelindrind working away. Looks like he's chrono boosting out probes. Now has 2 probes on his gas assimilator. Harvesting gas. We take a look at the Army Supply tab. Both players are tied at 14 supply for workers, and income-wise, pretty close with Kelindrind with some gas. Alright, looks like Kelindrind is building another pylon, and back in CuePhoenix's base, he is building his second barracks. So CuePhoenix going for 2 barracks, supply depot, barracks, pretty standard for him. He does have 1 harvester on gas, one SCV on gas. We'll see what he does with that, building 1 Marine. And aha! Look here. Looks like we got some SCV scouting going on here. CuePhoenix trying to see what he can see about what Kelindrind is doing. He can spy this cybernetics core over here. Rallied around the map. Looks like he's going to stop right here. Nope, he's still going around some more. So the Zealot's going to chase him around. He can see the cybernetics core. If we take a look back at his base, he's building a supply depot and building a tech lab. Ooh, an early tech lab. So tech lab on the second barracks, first barracks continue to build Marines. And CuePhoenix out of the game, out of this base, that is, as this cybernetics core finishes. Second gateway down, probe just hanging out. Kelindrind liking to leave his probes to give them some downtime. Building up some charge. He's almost up to 2 charges here. Maybe he's waiting to use that on some gateways of some sort. Zealot at the front, CuePhoenix continuing to build Marines, and a 4th Marine coming out here. Looks like he's going to be researching Stim, so interesting choice. So Stim going to be coming out at some point. He may be doing some kind of timing push for when Stim finishes to attack. He now has 3 harvesters on gas, and his orbital command is built, and now building his second refinery. Kelindrind scouting the map, looking for CuePhoenix in this upper right position. So it looks like players are trying to find out where each other are. CuePhoenix already knows where Kelindrind is, had that SCV up in the base before. Now he's up to 7 Marines now, and building an 8th Marine and a 3rd barracks. So yes, indeed, it looks like he's going for some kind of early push with Marines, and looks like he's going to build something here, and a Ghost Academy. So he is going to build some ghosts, maybe, to put down some EMPs, which can take out the Protoss shields. And Protoss over here building a robotics facility. So it'll be interesting to see what he builds out of that, whether he goes for an observer so he can see what CuePhoenix is doing. He's building a Zealot there, and a Zealot and a Stalker there, so building up a nice little gateway army up here at the front, keeping his units close to his base for defense, which is a pretty good idea. Looks like he's not doing anything quite yet with this robotics facility. And then CuePhoenix still building Marines, got a barracks just sitting around, building up a factory, and now he's working on the Mobius reactor research for his ghosts. So when his ghosts come out, they will have some more energy when that research is done. Uh-oh, looks like he's supply blocked. And factory's finished. CuePhoenix also liking to leave his SCVs, giving them some downtime as well. And Kelindrind over here with a small gateway army and building a third gateway. And building a... oh, what do you call these guys? Immortals. I have not casted any Protoss. This is my first Protoss match casted. And that is fine. So Kelindrind, CuePhoenix, very close on supply, 40-42. So these players are right neck and neck. CuePhoenix with a pretty large set of Marines here up at the front, and his first Ghost coming out, and his Ghost Academy research. The Mobius reactor research is almost done. Looks like the Ghost made it out before the research got done. And supply blocked again. These players liking to supply block themselves. Kelindrind, building off of one gateway, two gateways, and now three. So continuing to build up his little gateway army here. Robotics facilities just kind of hanging out, putting down a forge. Doing pretty good. CuePhoenix going and moving out here. Alright, a bunch of Marines and his Marine coming into the back, and his Ghost now charged up to 80 energy. He needs 75 for that EMP, and Kelindrind sending in his first group. A bunch of Stalkers and a couple of Zealots and one Immortal. Looks like these two armies are going to pass by each other in the night, not seeing each other at all. Let's take a look at CuePhoenix's vision. He doesn't see this army coming in, and Kelindrind has no idea that CuePhoenix's army is there. CuePhoenix sees the army coming in. He starts moving his army out. Marines and a Ghost without medevac support. We'll see how long they last. A Hellion up here and a Marine trying to hold out this force, but it's not going to do any good. CuePhoenix is moving up this ramp, trying to get up to that base as soon as he can, but Kelindrind is coming in the front. They're going to take down this barracks, but he just needs to go ahead and start killing things on the inside. This Marauder coming up front and then turning around, he's not going to last very long. A couple of things building here, and we've got a command center trying to be built here. And CuePhoenix coming up to the front, and it looks like he EMP'd this Immortal, and that's going to get taken out pretty quickly. So CuePhoenix is going to start taking down this base, taking out that pylon. No one's supply blocked yet, but he's going to be supply blocked pretty shortly. CuePhoenix lifting off his orbital, and these SCVs don't know where they're going to go. Oh, they're trying to escape, but they're just going to run into this army and just get massacred by these Zealots. They're just set to move out here, and they're just not going anywhere and just getting destroyed. But this orbital looks like he's going to make it away. These barracks are just hanging out, not doing anything. Whereas CuePhoenix is back in the base now. He's hitting the Nexus, just eating away those shields. You can see it just being disintegrated right in front of our eyes. But Kelindrind is coming in here and taking out most of the base. Looks like they killed the SCV working on this command center. It's not been finished. CuePhoenix should really cancel this or send this SCV to fix it. He's trying to save these barracks and move them away to somewhere else to the base, and it looks like CuePhoenix's army is cleaning up. One SCV got away. He's going to build a command center in Kelindrind's base. Kelindrind supply blocked now. Not that it really matters. These probes are just going to get annihilated. CuePhoenix spraying his guys out, trying to make sure that no probes make it out, but little does he know there's already a probe down here in the lower right-hand side. Kelindrind now just kind of at a loss, not knowing what to do. His units are just kind of hanging around. This orbital command probably isn't very safe there. Should be moved away somewhere safer. And this barracks, not sure where he's going to go, but CuePhoenix continuing to clear out this base. Oh, you can see that building collapse and get destroyed. And building a command center where the old Nexus used to be. The old tenants have been evicted, and the new tenants are moving in, and Kelindrind's army is just sitting here, but he has gone ahead and built a Nexus. So hopefully CuePhoenix won't be able to see where that's being built, but he can see that there's a pylon here in his vision. When the your command center or Nexus gets destroyed, if there's not another one, your opponent can see where their base is. So Kelindrind going to go ahead and try to clean out these buildings. CuePhoenix trying to clean up these buildings right here, and no, there's another probe that's making it out. So CuePhoenix, let's take a look at the army tab. CuePhoenix has a supply of 21 compared to Kelindrind's 24. CuePhoenix with 1 worker and Kelindrind with 2. This base trade in action here. This barracks being landed. We'll see if that's going to do him any good. So these forces are pretty even. I put Kelindrind's force, ahead power-wise. Protoss units are pretty strong. You can turn on the hit points here and see that these Protoss units have already recovered whatever shields that They had lost in the fighting. It looks like these two stalkers took a little bit of damage, but this orbital command going to be able to make it over to this base, and CuePhoenix's replacement command center being upgraded to an orbital command, and he's building a supply depot so he won't be supply blocked anymore. So we start building Marines again. Kelindrind looking around the map, looking to see if there's any other expansions, trying to figure out why CuePhoenix is not dead yet. These zealots taking out this last refinery, these 3 zealots just hanging out in the base looking at their handiwork, and these stalkers and this one immortal coming back up to the old base to see what's going on. Kelindrind already making a second nexus. These players had some banked up resources, and CuePhoenix now muling away like nuts. We look here at the income tab, CuePhoenix with an income of 620 minerals purely from these mules being called down by these 2 orbital commands. Kelindrind's army coming in up here. Let's see what they can see. They didn't quite get vision up into that ramp, but they're just going to hang out. But CuePhoenix had some vision of them coming down. So here he comes down for the attack. Let's see if this ghost has some energy. Does he get to do an EMP? That would do a lot of damage against these units just around the hit points. And his ghost got taken out before even doing any EMP. That's such a wasted opportunity there. These Marines are just getting eaten away. This one immortal taking out these Marines. There's only 4 left. Now there's only 3 left. Now there's only... it's going to be 2. It's going to be really close. This immortal almost dead, and this one Marine has saved the day by himself. This Marine has... well, not by himself, but he was the last one standing. So if we took a look at the army supply, you know, CuePhoenix only has 4 supply, and Kelindrind was 6, but that 6 are those 3 zealots that are just hanging out trying to make sure CuePhoenix never comes back here to mine gas out of that area. CuePhoenix now building a couple of barracks. Kelindrind off of 2 Nexus, starting to build probes to try to make a comeback, but without a gateway he's not going to be able to make any army units. It's just a matter of time before CuePhoenix sends this roving Marine to end this game, and I don't know. Kelindrind with not very many resources, I don't think he's going to be able to counter any kind of push coming from CuePhoenix. But we'll see what happens there. And Kelindrind has left the game with interesting, no GG, but that's Turn versus Protoss to you. That was a quick little base trade, and yeah, it was quite a surprising game there. Didn't quite expect that to end that way or go that way, but it looks like that the Marines with the stim and the EMP from that ghost did pretty well, although they didn't get used that second time. We take a look at the score screen, and we can see a pretty close resource count here. CuePhoenix barely using more resources, but you know, yeah, that was just a pretty close game, and CuePhoenix breaks his losing streak against Protoss, and Kelindrind will have to try again to get his second win for the season. This is Starcraft Dad signing off, and we'll see you guys next time.